Hey guys. So we're getting ready to talk some Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 4 business. But before we get into it, I want to introduce to you a new member of Team 19, Duke Leto. Duke Leto Atreides, here we go. It's the Duke. Here's my scale baby. He's a lizard. We got him in the elevator, and he's now living in a sweet new cage that we got, and he's pretty fucking sweet. So
Your own little Drogon.
my own little Drogon, the little teeny dread. I will say that I totally, when I was watching the episode today and the dragon scene happened, I was like imagining myself riding Leto around killing everybody. I was like, yes, because now I have
Start training him now.
I know, I have my own little teeny dragon. Now. So he's super chill. He's been hanging out. He's how many days? We've had him for like a week, maybe. Yeah, a week. It was a week because it was last Sunday that he was. I found him in the elevator. He was like trapped in there, and I was like, oh my god, T-Bone. There's a sweet little guy, and he's trapped. Yeah, I was coming up the elevator to the studio, and he was in there, and you know, I tried to pick him up, and he bit me. He was like, ah, and I was like, sorry, I don't know how to. I'm not a lizard person. Let me be 100% with you. Like, I don't know. I've never had them before, so I don't know how to properly catch one. So I was like, that's Tyson's department. Tyson is the resident lizard man. He had lizards growing up. He had some iguanas, skinks, things like that, turtle. So I was like, hey T, we got a lizard situation here. I need your help. I'm gonna need your help, dude. And so yeah, Tyson knew what to do, and he caught him. And then yeah, we've been feeding him every day. He likes eating mealworms and crickets. We try to find some crickets for him. And
oh, he's a voracious eater.
Oh yeah, he eats so much, and he's like eats so quick. I mean, he just doesn't even. He's just like, fuck it. Like, we put this cricket in the cage with him, and like we made this like little cave for him out of a printer cartridge box or something.
Yeah, he sleeps in a printer cartridge.
Printer cartridge box has little like holes cut in it, little door, and this dumbass cricket just fucking jumped right in front of the door and had no fucking clue. I mean, Leto just popped out and ate his motherfucking ass like so quick. It was so fucking savage. It was like the most savage. So yeah, so this little dude is.
And then you fell in love with him because.
And I was just like, oh man, this guy's so sick. So yeah. So to be 100% honest with you, this episode, yeah, the fucking dragon scene was like super sick because it did make me think of my new little scale baby. And I love looking at he does look like a little dragon. Like, he does look like a little dragon. Like, look at that face. Look at that little face. Ah, look at him. Look at him. Look at that little eye. He's fucking crazy. This dude is nuts. He's a wild man. So, he got a little fat body too. He's so cute. So, yeah. So, that was exciting. So, Duke Leto, everybody. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Where should we start? Well, you know, I am known for talking about Game of Thrones on the internet. I read the books when I was in college. Loved them. Super in on that. I heard that they're making a show. I was like, oh my god, this could go either way. First season came out, so fucking good. Like, I was so excited, like, because I was so worried that they were gonna fuck it up, you know, but like they didn't. They gave it the budget that it needed. And I was so excited about it that I decided to make some videos with T. We made some videos about the Great Houses Epic History series, and those did fucking really well on the internet. It's partly like definitely helped to launch our channel. In fact, like, that's like Game of Thrones helped to launch my channel, like, for real. Like, I owe a debt to Game of Thrones.
It was our first big hit.
Yeah. It was one of the first big hits. It's like Prometheus and Game of Thrones. Those were the two things that really like got a bunch of people in.
2012.
And yeah, in 2012. And so yeah, and then the show, you know, I tried to kind of help people with our great histories. We talk about, you know, why, like, the lore of the houses that they don't have time to go over in the show to get you kind of caught up with why everybody hates everybody. And it was a lot of fun. And I'm really proud of those. I think that they're really cool. And then I've also done some Game of Thrones rewinds over the years. And if you've been watching my Game of Thrones rewinds over the past few years, you've probably seen me go from being like super stoked on this show to being really frustrated with this show. I've definitely the thing that has been really frustrating for me as a book reader and as a fan of George R. R. Martin, was that these books are such great world building, like such great world building. It was so realistic, like it didn't play out like it's not your average fantasy novel where it's like, oh, the elves came in and whatever the fuck, you know. It was just like really real. Like he made it feel very real, partly because it's based on a lot of real things that happened throughout history, like the War of the Roses. It's like I even went and read a couple of the books that inspired this, like I think it's The Iron King is the name of the first book, and it's about like real shit that went down in France with like King Philip, and he like burned this the last of the Knights Templar because they want to just steal all their gold. They're like, oh, they're heretics, you know, oh, fuck these guys. And so that guy cursed them and said, you're gonna die, the Pope's gonna die, and some other motherfucker's gonna die in a year. And then they all did, and then it was just like cutthroat, like it was just it's just madness. And it's like, oh my god, I can't, like, this novel's so crazy. So yeah, I was just, and I'm like in love with I love media where it's like really takes a step above shit, where you're just like, wow, you're a genius, like you wrote a fucking ridiculous, like amazing complex world that I totally buy, and that's what I'm into. I mean, that's why I'm talking about Dune right now. I mean, there's like no better world builder besides, you know, maybe George R. or besides Tolkien, you know, to beat Frank Herbert, you know, or is at the same level. Like, I like that high level shit, you know, the good shit.
You like stuff where there's truth.
Yeah, I like shit where there's truth. I like alchemical works of art where I feel like, you know, it just affects me on a consciousness level. I feel like I learn a lot and like become a better human from like reading it and experiencing it. And there's so many amazing lessons that I've learned from Game of Thrones that I use in my own life, because I mean, being in Hollywood, like, that's some Game of Thrones shit right there. I mean, I've been in weird people's courts before, you know. I have been to other people's keeps, you know. I have made alliances with other great houses. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on, and so, you know, I've learned a bunch.
See if he'll just hang out right here.
We'll see.
I think he will. Go for it.
Okay, cool. And so yeah, I've learned a lot from this novel series, and even in the show, like, I loved it. I don't know if this is in the books, but I loved it when what's his face, Littlefinger was like, chaos is a ladder, and I was like, ooh, like, so true, dude, so true. But like, I think about that all the time, because like right now we're going through a really chaotic period and everyone's very upset about it, but like, I'm like, dude, it's my fucking time, you know. Like, it's my time, because I see all these motherfuckers from the old guard, you know, old Hollywood, like, making all these fucking mistakes. And like, I wanna wrest power from them and and save some beloved IPs. On teeth, she's gotta wrangle this dude. Yeah.
Alright, keep going.
Okay.
What about when Ned Stark bit it? How realistic was
Well, yeah, I mean, that was like the first real, like, I mean, for people who have never experienced Game of Thrones in the books, you know, when you see Ned Stark dying in the show, and you're like, what the fuck, you know, because he's set up to be this perfect character who by every right should live and who should whatever, and then he doesn't, you know, and it's like, oh, and he played by these rules of honor, and it showed you that, like, the other people aren't playing by those rules, you know, you can't, like, yeah, sure, you have all this honor, but, like, that doesn't, like, people don't give a fuck about that. This is fucking, you know, win or die shit, you know, which is very realistic. And then you can't necessarily take it personally either. It's just like, it's just power. That's how power works, you know. It's like, people who have power are gonna hang on to it by any fucking means necessary, you know, like, any fucking means necessary. So yeah, so I love the first few seasons, and but like, the thing that I got really frustrated with was, like, I was like, okay, so the show got really popular. It exploded after the first 2 seasons, maybe, like 3 seasons.
Way more popular than we ever expected.
Like, it exploded. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know, like, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, holy shit, you know. But I saw that, like, they were just cramming these books in, like, one fucking season. And it's like, the whole time I was like, oh my god, like, George R. R. Martin is not a quick writer. Like, he is not a quick writer. He's still working on Winds of Winter. I've heard people saying he's never going to finish it. Like, I don't know if he is or he isn't. I'm not entitled enough to think that he owes me anything. If he doesn't want to finish it, fucking okay. Like, you had a great run and I enjoy what you did. But he doesn't write fast, and so I just knew that they were going to catch up to him going at the pace they were going, and I was like, well, if you know this show's really popular and you're making a bunch of money off of it, why don't you slow down and stretch the books out, you know? I mean, because you could have, even for the first season, I get it, they don't know it's going to be a hit, but, like, they put way too much in that, even in that first season. I mean, it's like, you really could have, like, stretch it out to 2 seasons easily. And I mean, it's so I've always been nervous about this time when they finally surpassed the books. And so now we're here. This is the season where they no longer have any material from George R.R. Martin. I'm not sure, I haven't read all the blogs. I mean, I'm sure he has talked to them to some degree, but I really think that it's more their thing now than his thing now. And, you know, the thing is I'm here for George R.R. Martin, and I'm here for his writing, because his writing is fucking a cut above the rest. I am not here necessarily for these Game of Thrones TV writers, okay? Because I think that, you know, over the years, I feel like the target demographic, like the target audience that they're going for has changed. Like, I felt like the first few seasons, I was their fucking girl. Like, I was the one that they were writing this for, and I was just like, yes, you know, fuck yeah. And now, because it's such a bigger audience, and because they've surpassed the books, and these writers, I get it, I do feel bad for them. They don't have time either. I mean, on top of having to try to follow in a giant's footsteps, you also have no time. Like, I mean, that's a pickle. You know, it's a real pickle, and I don't know.
Well, explain the time. I mean, realistically, how many months do you have before you have to start shooting again?
Right, yeah. How many months do you have before you have to start shooting? I mean, after the end, and I mean, it's like, how many months do you have to write? 3, 4, maybe? I mean, who knows? Like, it's not, I mean, somebody knows, but it's not a lot of time. And so I do feel for them. But at the same time, you know, the elitist asshole cunt book reader in me is just like, no, this is not what I would have done. And in fact, my favorite thing about Game of Thrones right now is it has united me with some of my neighbors. We have a Game of Thrones night. Not everyone, but we have a few neighbors in the building, and we all get together and we watch it and have a good time. And this has been going on for like 2 years now, like 2 seasons. This is the 3rd season. And it's really, I'm really grateful to Game of Thrones for bringing me closer to my neighbors. I really enjoy hanging out with them and talking about the show. And it's funny now, like, so most of the other people in the group are also like smarty pants elite motherfuckers who've read the books and who are like, I'm better than everybody. Oh. And yeah, but there's one TV writer. There's one woman. She's older. She's amazing. I love her so much, and she just loves it. Like, she just loves it. And so she makes me like it a little bit more, like her reactions just being like, oh, wow. You know, she even texted us today. She's out of town right now, but she texted me to be like, you're gonna fucking die. It's fucking crazy, you know. So I'm glad that I get a kick out of it through watching her get a kick out of it. But then me and the other guys after the show will like be like, okay, this was fucking bullshit, and this was fucking bullshit, and we would have done this, and, you know, we try to fix the scenes, which we do, actually. I feel like we come up with really good solutions, and I feel like we come up with good solutions in 10 minutes, which is like, fuck you writers, like, you fucks. Because now, Game of Thrones is like totally fanfic theater, like, it's super fanfic theater now, and it's kind of fun, though. It's kind of fun to, like, it's fun to hate watch, it's fun to, like, talk shit, and it's fun to act like you're smarter than everybody, and,
Explain what fanfic theater means.
Well, okay, yeah.
Like they're finding stories on Reddit that everyone wants to see.
Well, yeah, that's what they're doing, is they're trying to kind of get this done as quickly as possible, because we only have, 6 episodes this season? Or 7 episodes? And then 6 episodes next season or something? 7? Okay, whatever. So doing less episodes, they're just trying to, like, okay, we gotta figure out this Iron Throne thing, and then we gotta fucking Night's King, you know, like, you know, we gotta hit these beats, and we gotta kill a bunch of people off, because we don't know where their plot lines are going, or how to write them. I think Littlefinger, he's gonna get it soon, because they have no fucking clue what to do with that guy. Like, he's just, like, sitting in the background like this for, like, 2 fucking seasons. He hasn't made a move, he hasn't done anything, like... I mean, when he brought the fucking knights and whatever, but it's just, like, it's not, like, I don't know. They don't know what to do with him. And now, too, it's like they're pitting him against Bran, who's, like, a fucking quiz-ass Hatterack. Like, let's be real about it. Bran's, like, fucking sees in the future and the past, you know? So it's, like, there's no tension there because, like, Bran already knows. Like, he can't trick him in any way. But the thing that really irks me in this show is, like, the lack of communication between these characters. And, like, that's why there's tension and things are going wrong, because they just don't talk to one another. Like, when Jon gets to Dragonstone, and he just, like, it takes Tyrion to go talk to him later to find out about, I'm just here for the Dragonglass. Like, why couldn't he just said that, you know? Like, why? And then Bran, like, when he first sees Sansa, like, instead of telling her, Like, all this, like, Littlefinger's responsible for our dad dying. Like, this. Like, all this shit. He was like, you look beautiful the night you were raped. Horrifically. You know, you're just like, what? Like, that's not, like, okay, sure, why not? And then, yeah, I don't know. And everyone's teleporting this season. That's something that really gets me, where it's like, holy shit. Like, one of the things that was so cool about Game of Thrones was so realistic. And, like, remember in the first season where it took them, like, almost the whole season to get down to King's Landing? And they were in this, from Winterfell, you know? And it's just, like, they're in the fucking procession, and it shows them going down and having to travel and, like, all this shit. And, that's, dude, like, okay, like, in this episode, Tyrion, okay, so we see him on, when Theon comes back, we see him with Jon and everyone, and then, like, he's like, I need to talk to Daenerys, and he's like, well, she's not here. And so we're like, okay, so Daenerys has taken her dragon, she has decided she's gonna go fuck some shit up. But then you see at the battle, then Tyrion's at the battle all of a sudden. You're like, what the fuck? Like, how did he get, I thought he was on fucking dragons. I can't keep up with this shit. It's like, really, they don't even try. Before we go into, I don't know, and then also, like, Sansa. Fuck Sansa, dude. She sucks. She has sucked this whole show. Like, the thing that I love about George R. R. Martin is that, like, he fucking, he has a reason why characters do things. He's trying to teach you things through their actions and, like, show you these different interesting things. And, like, he really knows how he makes you feel about them. And even in the book, Sansa's annoying and stupid, too. But it's such a testament to his writing that you're so frustrated with her. But in this season, it's like these writers haven't, like, I don't think they know where these characters are going or what you're supposed to feel about them or how they feel. Like, my emotions, they don't know what they're doing with my emotions or with these characters, it feels like. I feel like I'm not in competent hands anymore. Like, I'm definitely not in competent hands. Where I'm just like, what? Like, Sansa, so I'm supposed to think that she's like, oh, how many barrels of grain do we have? Oh, that's not enough, you know? And then, oh, put some leather on that fucking armor. Oh, and it's like, oh, Lady Sansa, you're so well suited to this job. And it's like, what the fuck has she really done? She hasn't done anything. And in fact, she's, like, usurped Jon's power and, like, fucked his shit up in meetings twice publicly. And then also both of the things that she was telling him to do were wrong. So it's like all of her advice is always wrong. And Sansa's the worst. And, like, where's this character going? Like, what am I supposed to feel about her? Like, and then Arya's back now, and I guess, the Arya thing where she has that big badass scene with Brienne, you know, they're fucking fighting. Like, that was, I was like, oh, God. Because, okay.
That was my least favorite scene of all scenes.
T's least favorite scene of all scenes. Okay, so here's the thing about that. Is like, okay, so if I was a little teeny secret badass, I would keep that secret to myself. You know, I would keep that secret to myself. I wouldn't want to show everybody what a fucking badass I am. Because if anyone, like, so now they're going to go, oh, she's a little fucking girl. I'm going to go try to kill her. Like, any of your enemies, if they come try you, then you can fuck their shit up immediately. And, like, and they won't even know. Like, you can fucking hide their body, you know? It's like, it's such an advantage, you know? And I don't think that she would be dumb enough to just be, like, boast and just try to show everyone in the courtyard how badass she is. Especially Littlefinger, because she was like, oh, Littlefinger's here? And, like, that guy is kind of fucking weird, you know? Like, let's not trust that guy. But now he knows, so... And knowledge is power, and she's giving away knowledge to other people about her abilities.
Like Peter Parker giving away that he's Spider-Man.
Right, yeah, Peter Parker giving away Spider-Man. It's like, no, dude, like, keep that shit to yourself, bro. Like, keep that close to the vest. Like, don't play that card, like, in front of everybody for no reason. Like, she could secretly come to Brienne and be like, hey, I want to train with you, but, like, fucking keep your mouth shut about it, you know? And, like Jaime and Bronn did. Like, I could see that. Yeah. But, like, this, I was like, nah.
Isn't it like a what-if comic? What if?
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's
yeah, what if? It is a what-if comic. That's the thing. It's now about, you know, fan service. I feel like a lot of the writing is fan service now. So it's like, oh, what do you want to see? You know, we're going to do all these things that we know that the fans want to see, and because we want to make them happy. And, like, we don't know what to do, so all we know is we can make fans happy. Like, we're just going to try to make them happy because we don't have ideas of our own. Like, we don't have anywhere we're going with this. We just want to wrap this up and then try to make as much money and, like, make everybody happy and show the cool fucking scenes that everybody wants to see.
Which, to their credit, there were some cool scenes.
But yeah, I mean, to their credit, they are putting a lot of money into it, and there are some really cool fucking scenes. Like, let's talk about the dragon scene.
Yes.
So, this is the one we've all been waiting for. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for this dragon scene for quite some time. Okay, like seriously, I was getting goosebumps when I was like watching that dragon. Like, I was just like, yes! Like I was so fucking pumped. But like there was so many things within that scene that were like so frustrating. Like so many character things that were just like, what? Why'd you do that? Like, ugh. Like, and here's my thing. It's like, okay, dude. Imagine you're a Lannister soldier. And, okay, first of all, you got a Dothraki fucking horde that's coming down, which was awesome, too. I was, like, so stoked to see the Dothraki fucking fuck some shit up, finally. Because, like, that's what they do, you know? It was, like, good to see them. And they were on the plains, you know? It looked really pretty. It was really gorgeous. But, I was just, like, if I was a Lannister dude and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hold this line and you see the Dothraki and you're like, fuck, you know, we're already fucked with this Dothraki horde, and then a dragon pops out and fucking starts frying everybody, like, who the fuck is gonna stand their fucking ground? Like, who the fuck? Like, they would scatter. Like, you would just be like, pfft. That's like fighting an atomic bomb, you know? It's just like, there's nothing you can do, you know? It's like, and then like Bronn doing the scorpion thing. It's like, why would Bronn do that? He's a mercenary. Why would he do this? Like, he would definitely take the golden run. He would definitely fucking take the golden run. I don't get why him doing the scorpion and him saving Bronn, which was another thing. It's like, so you're telling me Bronn jumped over a horse, grabbed him right before dragon fire, and then they landed in the water. I was like, fuck you, you hack writers. And I was just like, no. I wanted to see somebody die. And then when Bronn jumped out of the way of the dragon fire, he just jumped out of the way. And it was like, fuck you, what is this, the A-team? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't just jump out of the way. Like, you would have been murdered. Like, Bronn could have been killed. Or Jaime could have been killed, or both, you know? But
they set us up so we felt like that was what was going to happen.
Right, yeah, we were set up, and then they were just like, oh, well, we know that we like to surprise people, so we'll just not do that. And you're just like, no, that's not, no, babe, no, I don't think about, no, that's not what I would have done.
What would you have done?
Okay, well, we were talking about, this isn't just my theory, because this is all of us. So, okay, so if you have a line of people, you know, first of all, you wouldn't just, if she was on a dragon, right? Like, this would be really cool. Okay, so the Dothraki are riding up, right? And they don't see the dragon yet, and the Lannisters are like, oh, you know, getting ready for this Dothraki horde.
Oh, but Trey was pointing out about how horses will not.
Oh, yeah, and Trey was telling us, he's one of the neighbors, he was like, horses will not jump into, we always see this in movies, like, but horses are intelligent creatures. They're not going to just kill themselves and jump into a fucking spear. Like, they don't do that. They're not stupid.
And he knows about military stuff.
Yeah, he's totally, like, he knows, like, he's a fucking game master maker dude. So, so let's say, so you have the fucking line, and then the Dothraki are coming up, but then the Dothraki stop. And the Lannister line's like, what the fuck? And maybe the Dothraki are just, like, laughing, you know, like, fucking showing their asses, just like, ah. And then, like, the Lannisters are like, what the fuck is going on? And then fucking Daenerys comes out, and then she just fires the whole line. Like, why would you just put a hole this way? Why didn't you just come down and... Like, yes. just take care of them. Like, just, yes. Boom, you're done. You know, I know it's, and you could have people scatter, like some people, she doesn't get all of them, and then there's a scattering, and then the Dothraki horde comes in after she fucking fires them, and then they start picking off the guys who are running.
Because that's what the Dothraki do, right?
Yeah, that's what they would do. Like, so they start picking off those fucking guys, and then, like, Jaime, I mean, they don't know what to do with Jaime's character either. Like, I don't know what they're... Like, in the book, Jaime is so amazing. He's, like, one of my favorite fucking characters. Like, I think Jaime might be my favorite character in the books. Like, if his arc is going where I think it's going, it's like, yes. In the show, his character, I'm like, where is... I don't get what his motivations are. I don't get where, like, what he's supposed to be doing. Like, I don't get it. So I thought, like, this would be a good, like, time to potentially kill him off, you know? Because they don't know what to do with him. Like, I don't know. So, you know, yeah.
Walk me through that last moment then.
Well, the last moment where he's got the spear and he's coming for Daenerys, which, by the way...
Why would he choose to do that, though? What's he got to gain from doing that?
Well, I mean, if you kill Daenerys and he saves, I mean, Cersei doesn't have to deal with it. So, like, I see a motivation there.
But he's not going to kill Daenerys and the dragon.
Well, no, but I would think it would be a suicide mission. Like, he knows he's not going to get away from it, but he sacrifices himself to, you know, get rid of Daenerys, take her off the board at least, and so then Cersei because who else is gonna? I mean, nobody else can ride that thing around, you know. So I mean, I could see that, but like what I would think.
Not yet.
Well, I would think that, like, and I know he has one hand and he can't do the scorpion, but no one man can do the scorpion, by the way. It'd be cool if him and Braun were, like, doing it, or some other, or that Dickon guy. Dickon, yeah, have Dickon on there, and, like, they're fucking, like, trying to do the scorpion, and then he shoots the fucking thing, and then it just bounces off. Like, it just bounces, like, because you think, oh, man, they're gonna get a direct hit, like, they're gonna fucking kill Drogon. But then it's, like, nothing, and then they just get fired, and it's just, like,
showing
it's
Braun,
over.
or somebody fumbling with that giant arrow.
Oh, yeah,
like,
and they got 2 chances. Like, I don't think that you would get 2 chances. Like, I do not. You would get 1 chance. You would get 1 fucking chance. And it would be cool if you think they fucking got it, and then, you know. There's a million ways. I mean, there's a million things you could do with it that were better than what they did with it, I feel like. So.
But it looked the best.
But it looks sick, dude. I mean, that dragon scene was fucking sick. Like,
best dragon scene of all time.
Best dragon scene I've ever seen in my life. Like, it gave me goosebumps. I was just like, oh. Like, again, I was just thinking of this dude, and I was like, yes, I gotta get him big enough to where I can ride him around, get us some wings on him, and then we can go take out, you know, wherever Sam Kinsberg is, and take out the X-Men production that's happening. You know?
No, this is not how you do it.
This is not how you do it. I'm taking X-Men IP for my own. Fuck you, Fox. So, but okay, so let me tell you. So since this is fanfic theater, though, like I want to have fun with it, and I want to have. This is what I want to do. This is my super ridiculous fanfic theater for Game of Thrones. So what I want to see is, okay, so as you notice, I'm wearing lion earrings today and a lion necklace, and I have my gold on, because I've decided that I'm going to declare for House Lannister. I'm declaring for House Lannister, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because Cersei Lannister finally gets on the throne, and guess what? She's doing a great fucking job. Like, she's doing a great fucking job. Like, she's done the best job of anybody. She just paid off the entire Seven Kingdoms debt.
Yeah, but how?
Well, she just sacked the Tyrell house, which is really easy and dumb. And like, oh, so the Tyrells have enough money? Like, that's how much money they have, is to pay off the entire Seven Kingdoms debt to the fucking Iron Bank? I guess. I mean, they don't really talk about the economics in the show very often, so sure, whatever. But, and not only that, she did get rid of the Sparrows, you know, who are a bunch of religious zealots trying to take over the fucking political system, which is like, you do not want religious zealots, fanatics, any fanatic of any kind, you know, like, fanatics are just not the deal. And so, whether they're, like, religious or no, fanatics are not the deal. So she got rid of those fucking guys, which was actually kind of a service, like, because they didn't have fucking awesome things, like, planned for the Seven Kingdoms. So, I mean, so far they've just shown her being a fucking competent ruler. You know,
well,
like,
she's accomplished things.
Well, but I mean, she's fucking doing it. So it's like, I want to see Cersei make a face turn. And I want Cersei...
No, she's unforgivable.
No, I want to see... And, like, the other thing is, like, oh, she killed that girl with a kiss. Which, by the way, wouldn't that sand snake just bite her fucking face off? Like, I mean, these are sand snakes, right? Like, that scene was so fucking dumb. Her pontificating for fuck... I was like, give me a fucking break.
Oh, we fixed that scene, too. Like, you have the mountain hold.
Yeah, you could have the mountain hold that girl. Or just the mountain. I was expecting the mountain to, like, rape the daughter or something and kill her and smash her skull like he did with Aaliyah of Dorne. That's what I thought. But I mean, you know, or you don't have to show it. You could just imply it, you know, whatever. Like they did with the fucking shame nut. Like they did with the shame nut.
Sand snake would not just sit there and let herself.
Yeah, a sand snake would not. The sand snakes suck though. Fuck them. They were the worst. And so, you know, and honestly, that woman killed fucking Marcella for like no fucking reason, just to be a bitch. So like that woman had it coming. So fuck her and fuck her daughter. So yeah, you know. But okay, so but this is my ridiculous, this isn't gonna happen. This is my ridiculous wish. Because if we're gonna go off the fucking reservation here, I'm gonna take it to an 11. So my 11 is Cersei does a face turn, becomes a good guy, and is a great ruler, and ends up whatever. Daenerys goes Mad King. Daenerys makes a heel turn.
No.
Yeah, Daenerys makes a heel turn. And she's just going nuts. Like, she doesn't care about this war in the north. She's just so focused on this, and she's just, like, fucking people over. And she's gone mad with power because of that dragon. She rode it around. She got a taste of that power. Although, who knows? Drogon that spear may have had poison on it. So, I mean, you know, we don't know. I mean, that's something that Qyburn would do something like that. So, he could still die. But, yeah, Daenerys goes mad. Maybe the death of Drogon drives her mad. You know, I'm like, maybe that fucking drives her mad. And then she starts making these crazy choices, you know.
Okay, you got me. With
yeah,
that.
yeah. So Daenerys makes a heel turn. Sansa makes a face, or Cersei makes a face turn. But what I really want, this is like my fucking Barbie Dreamhouse ridiculous bullshit. I want, while Jon's away, although he can just teleport back at any time, while Jon's away, it would be great if the Night's King attacked the North. The North is turned into a bunch of zombies, and not only that, Sansa becomes the Night's Queen. I want Sansa for the Night's Queen because she sucks so bad. Might as well just make her a villain. Just make her a fucking villain. And it's funny because, again, it's like, oh, so last time she just got captured and fucking, you know, raped by what's-his-face. So now it's just like she just captured again because that's all she's good for, apparently. I mean, she's just like, she's not the deal. So, and there's precedent, I believe, for, like, the Night's King, like, hanging out with somebody. Or the Night's, I don't know. There's, I think, if I remember correctly. Sansa for Night's Queen. Sansa for Night's Queen. And to make her a villain because I already fucking hate her. And then Jon can cut her head off later, you know, or burn her with fucking fire. And Cersei can fucking hang out and, you know, that'd be great.
Get the requests in because the writers are going to start writing.
I know. And minus, okay, so minor thing I also want. Brienne and Tormund to fall in love. That's my fanfic, like my fan thing that I want. If you're just writing for the fans and you're writing fan fiction shit and fan service, Brienne and Tormund forever. I think they're a really cute couple and I want to see them come together.
In the whole show, walking into the sunset with them there.
Yeah. And they leave all this shit behind, you know, they just leave the north and they just travel south and they live in the Summer Isles and they just have babies and
some of these
warrior
ideas
babies.
are much better.
Well, no, I know, that's the point. Like, if we're gonna fucking do dumb shit, then like, let me see what my dumb shit is. And my dumb shit is Cersei face turn, Daenerys goes mad, Sansa becomes the Night's Queen, and Brienne and Tormund fall in love.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's my Barbie dream house. And then, I mean, we do want to see Jon fuck Daenerys. I mean, I was expecting them to kind of smooch in that cave. Although, by the way, okay, hold on, for real. I just remembered whatever motherfucker in the art department drew those fucking cave paintings of the fucking whites, the Night's King, I was like, oh my god. My eyeballs rolled all the way back in my head. I was like, this is the worst fucking cave painting shit I've ever seen.
Too critical.
This is like a child drew it. This is the worst. Like, have you ever looked at a fucking cave painting? They didn't even Google cave paintings to even try to emulate it. They just were made him look like a fucking, he looked like he was out of a fucking like a comic book. It's not the deal. So that was really hard for me to watch.
Nitpick.
It is a nitpick. I also nitpick Daenerys wearing a dress into battle. I mean, that's a lot of drag with all that fucking fabric. You would wear pants because Missandei's wearing fucking leather pants.
Okay.
Where's Daenerys' leather pants?
Wrap it up.
Whatever. This is TV trope land, okay? I'm gonna be a crazy person. So that's it so far. Oh, and one more thing. I can't fucking believe that Sam cured an incurable disease in one night on his first medical procedure that he's ever done. The guy, and then not only that, fucking Jorah is good to go the next day. He's fine. He's leaving. He's gonna pack up. He's gonna go. Although I'm surprised I didn't see him just at Dragonstone already. But he's totally fine, and he's leaving, and all he had to do was just read the book, and that's it. And
Uncurable.
Uncurable disease. Just fucking, and all you gotta do is just fucking take it off, and then fucking put some balm on there, put some fucking ointment.
So to go along with your story of ridiculousness, what would you like to see?
With what?
Sam.
Oh, with Sam? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I want Sam to get, if I was the writer, I would make Sam he would get punished for that, and he would get grayscale. And in fact, everyone in the Citadel would get grayscale, and they would all die.
So you could learn something from that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, or at least have him, I don't know. But they're not going to do that. It's fucking whatever. Anyways, everyone dies. I just want to kill everybody. I want everyone, I want to see little Lyanna Mormont, as a fucking white. I want to see Night's Queen action. And they all gotta, and then Jon has to fight, all the North as zombies, zombie Northmen. Not like he cares. He doesn't want to be the king of the North anyways. So yeah. That's it for my Game of Thrones bitch fest. Thanks for watching. I'm sure we'll see how it goes. We may do an episode for everyone once the season's over. We may just continue to do these patron-only vlogs. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I can't make any promises one way or another. I'm doing Dune Club. This is why I'm doing Dune Club. You know, people are like, oh, why are you doing Dune Club and not Game of Thrones Rewind? And it's like, because Dune's really good and it makes me happy to talk about. It's so fucking thoughtful, and it's just like everything that this show isn't right now. You know, like everything that this show isn't. So, thank you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to see Dark Tower pretty soon. I'm going to talk some shit on that, probably. That'll be my next shit-talking session. And, yeah, you guys have a good fucking week.